All right, welcome back, everyone, to Get the Net. This is a special one. We're changing it up this year. This is going to be the Get the Net Bassmaster Opens preview and fantasy fishing. So this week we've got Brandon McMillan coming on to dive into Okeechobee. We'll get into that. This is something new we're going to do. You know, if you like following the Opens or have some buddies in the Opens or just want to win some cool prizes or want to see what's going on with all these lakes, we're going to have a local hammer from each pond that's going to walk us through what's going on in the lake, who to watch for in the roster. We're going to follow the points a little bit. Just throw a little love at the Opens. I really like following it. There's really not a whole lot of podcasts, surrounding it. We're going to keep these short. We've got regular Get the Net podcasts and Straycasts into the Great Wide Open, so make sure to tune into those. But real quick here before we get Brandon on, I'll just run you through the rules, and it's super simple. You pick the highest finisher out of the roster. Now, this can be an Opens EQ angler. I'll put the list down in the description. So you pick who you think is going to finish the highest. Obviously, at a lot of these derbies, there's going to be people that pick the same person. So the tiebreaker, and this is going to be really important, is going to be the check weight. So whatever 2-day weight is going to land you in 45th place. You guess that to the ounce, and then that's it. The winner who selects the highest finisher, you're going to get a wad of prizes. You're not playing for a damn beer cozy and a keychain. We've got quality prizes. Value is going to be minimum $250 at each one. For this one, we've got a wad of Crush City plastics. We got the Bronco Bug, the Mayor, the Cover Craw, Ned BLTs, freeloaders, and I'm even going to sneak in some Canada only juice. I'll show you here. My US buddies wouldn't have seen this yet. This Crush City was dropped at ICAST last year, making some crinkly sounds like I'm eating a damn bag of potato chips, but here we go. We got that TP stretch material. It's all infused with salt and scent. This is really special stuff. So if you're south of the border, you're going to be playing for some Canadian secrets, so that's it. The winner's got to be subscribed to this YouTube channel. All I'm going to do, search through the comments. All you're playing against is people in the comments. Regular Bassmaster, Rapala Fantasy Fishing has over 50,000 players. You're just playing against whoever you see. So it might be a couple hundred, it might be 30 or 40. Who knows? I like your odds. They're up there, especially if you get in early here. If you are listening on Spotify, just slide over to Jamie Bruce Fishing YouTube channel. Type your winner into the comments, type your check weight, hit subscribe, and you're good to go. That's it. No other strings attached. Going to be shipped to your door. Don't care if you live in Canada or the US or Zimbabwe. We'll get her to you. All right, that's enough of me rambling on. Here he is, Lake Okeechobee's Brandon McMillan. Got you loud and clear, Brando. How you doing, bud?
Oh, good. Good.
How painful is it sitting on the shore watching the Toyota series going on right now in your damn backyard?
Yeah. Well, it really sucks, dude, because I was sitting here with my wife and kid just this morning. You could hear them taking off out there, so running down the ditch. So I was I was definitely. It's nice, it's sunny, it's warm, it's calm. So yeah, they're probably gonna bite today pretty good.
Yeah, they were catching them pretty good yesterday too. So it's not like you can do the lake preview and just grumble about how everyone's gonna catch 9 pounds. You're in a tough spot.
No, it's no, I was looking at the weights overall. Like typically, to get a check, like you shoot for that, 12 and a half, historically seems to be pretty solid. You know what I mean? Like that's usually get you 10 grand when we had the old tour events here and stuff. But but man, I mean, it looked like 40th place yesterday was almost 14 pounds. So that's pretty solid. It's pretty solid day.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a little bit of dropping today, but just wanted to have you on, bud. We're doing just kind of a lake preview and a little fantasy fishing deal here. So you just you pick the winner, you pick the check weight, everything like that, and we wanted the best local from each one, and you're the obvious choice for for Okeechobee. And I we do go back a little bit. Actually, my first time being an FLW co-angler, I fished with you and fell off the damn back of your bass boat.
I remember that. It was a cold Beaver Lake that week. Sure.
Yeah, it was like a crisp 48. I'm just a young keen bass angler get paired up with Brandon McMillan and go to take a leak off the back of his boat in the cove and just ended up right in the drink.
Oh, that is good stuff. I remember that. Remember that big drum you caught? That thing was massive. That's got to be one of the biggest ones I've seen still.
All I can remember from fishing with you at Beaver Lake is falling in the lake. To be honest, it kind of took. I honestly don't remember that at all.
Yeah. It was a big one. But yeah, good times, man. Good times.
Yeah, man. So you're teed up for all 9 again. Obviously the first pitch is being thrown in your backyard. You got to be a little bit riled up over that, or is like the pressure mounting so much?
No, dude, I mean, I fished here a bunch over the years, in these big tournaments and stuff, and it like back in the day, you had, I had places to go. I had, you know what I mean? Like it was a lot more stressful back then because, I had dozens of areas to go to. Now, dude, we've lost so much grass. The water's high. It's dirty everywhere. Like the lake's in bad shape. I mean, the weights are good, but a lot of it, and honestly, I really expected yesterday's Toyota series to have a couple 30-pound bags.
Wow.
And the reason I say that is pretty much all the fish are in just 3 areas of the lake. So you've got them, you got pre-spawners, you got post-spawners, and you got the ones that are coming in to do the deal. And it's really just going down in a handful of places, so they're getting, so there's really no guesswork. Like you just pick the best one to go to, that you think in practice, and that, you go there and you grind it out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So for me, it's going to be a fairly simple game plan. Like, just put your head down and, try to catch them when they're, try to get you a few bites, figure out a way to get a few bites when they're not biting,
Right.
That's going to be the goal this week. But yeah, I mean, you're going to see some guys that are within 30 yards of you that are going to catch 8 pounds. And then the guy 30 yards to your left is going to have 28 pounds, whichever chatterbait they decide to eat. You know what I mean? It's just, it's not really fun. I can tell you that. It's not going to be much.
It's a real tough, it's kind of a cruel place to start, to be honest. Because even just watching the elites there last year, you look over whoever, Steve Kennedy's shoulder, or what's his damn name? Look over Cobb's shoulder, and there's 7 or 8 boats in the camera view. Well, multiply that field by 2.5, and that's what you're going to be dealing with out there on the first derby. Lots of guys are going to have the first, the opening kickoff jitters, and you can't just run around and go, catch some fish, right? Like you're going to be having to stay put, I'd imagine.
Yeah, there's not a lot of audibles to be called, like, run here and catch, what I mean, catch a couple. And Okeechobee's always been kind of, notorious for just having a few places that the bass are at, at any given time. But man, it's just so much. It's just different now. And plus the lake just looks worse. Like you were saying about Kennedy and Cobb and stuff, like, man, when they panned around, you saw some boats, but it looked right. Like it looked like Okeechobee, fishing. You had hyacinth mats and pads and, reed heads everywhere. Like it looked good. Like now, man, it looks horrible. I mean, it looked pretty terrible, but listen, the fish live here. Somebody's going to catch them. There's no doubt. I mean, it's going to be pretty good, pretty good fishing.
Yeah, bud. So I'm sure you've checked out the roster. We're doing this Friday morning. So when this podcast comes out, the full roster, including the jackpotters, will be out. That's usually released immediately before practice starts. So whoever's watching will have that. I haven't seen it yet. I can only assume Jared's in, your brother. Because I didn't see him on the Toyota side, so I'm assuming he's honoring the off limits to fish the Open.
No, he's not. He's not fishing. Him
Damn.
and his wife, they had their boy yesterday.
Oh, congratulations, Jared.
Yeah. So everything went well, but their due date was the I want to say January 30th. So, you had the Toyota and the Open fall like right there in that, that 2-week give or take window. And so he just decided to, he didn't want to go out and catch him one day and then not get a chance to finish the tournament, and give up all that money. So he just decided to sit it out this year. But I know he's watching. I know that he's, he knows who's leading. You know what I mean? Like he's guarantee it. But yeah, I know he's definitely disappointed. He was definitely disappointed.
Sounds like he made the right call. I looked at the EQ list and it looks like it's at 154, 20 down from last year. So that's going to leave room for roughly 71 jackpotters at every tournament. And that number is going to be going up. Do you, if you were to pick the highest finisher, obviously I'm picking you, that's why you're on this podcast, but do you got to pick from a jackpotter and a pick from the EQs?
Yeah, if I had to pick an EQ guy, I mean, it's going to be B Height. There's no doubt. Like he's won here before, and they eat a chatterbait a lot better now than they did when he won, so it's that's what that would be my pick there. As far as the jackpotters go, to be honest with you, I don't really know of a lot of them that are in it. I know, a guy that a team tournament fish with some down here. He tried to get in, he wasn't able to, to get in the the field here, and he was just going to fish one division. And I looked through the list of the Toyota guys yesterday, and all the usual suspects that are subject to win any week here, they're all in the Toyota. So honestly, I kind of don't know. I'm sure there's a few guys, you know what I mean, like Trevor Fitzgerald. He's not necessarily a local guy, but he fishes down here a lot, and he'll do all right if he's in the field. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, that 2-week off limits, I mean, it just seemed like a lot of the local tournaments and stuff, like big ones, they had some ABAs and stuff recently, like they all just kind of stacked up like right at the beginning of the year. So a lot of guys, either couldn't get in or just said, the heck with it, I'll fish the Toyota. And,
right. That's good news for the EQs.
Yeah. I don't think like the guys that you would worry about as far as the local guys, they're all fished the Toyota. So, there's probably a few other ones that I don't, that I missed looking through the list and stuff. But for the most part, yeah, it's going to be, it'll be kind of wide open, and it'll be the first time in a long time I hadn't had to fish against at least one of my brothers in one of these. So, it'll be good. At least I don't have to roll up to a spot and know that I'm fishing behind somebody that's doing the exact same thing, that knows the exact same cast to make. You know what I mean? Like I some of them tournaments I fished here against Jared, like I'd pull in there and I'd be like 4 or 5 mats behind him, and I'm like, this is pointless. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like having a clone out there.
Yeah, it never really went all that well in that aspect. But yeah, but I will miss not having my brother out there to actually, call during the day and get an idea of what's going on. You know what I mean? But
right.
But it's yeah. So as far as local guy, man, I don't know.
Okay. Well, to be fair, we don't have the list in front of us.
Yeah, fair.
B Height, that's a good pick. And obviously you're picking the winning bait as a chatterbait, or the highest finishing bait as a chatterbait. I'm sure there's some other sneak in there that we don't need to dive into right now.
I wish, man. it's pretty simple, dude. Like you can, I mean, you go back and look at the day one pictures right on the water from MLF from yesterday. I was, and it's you can see what they're throwing, and it'll be the exact same. Take that angler out, you'll still have the same bent rod with the white chatterbait hanging out the back of it. When they do the first day pictures here, like it's yeah. I mean that's just the way it is, man. I mean, anymore, but and it's not a secret. I mean, but that a chatterbait catches them everywhere in the country, so it's just happened to be a little more dominant down here of late.
Right.
But,
All right, man. Well, that's good and simple. We're not going to sit here and twist the knife on you. I know you got practice starting tomorrow here, and would love to have you back on for a stray cast into the Great Wide Open show sometime throughout the season if you got time. So I'll touch base with you and see what the schedule's like. But wanted to wish you good luck. You're my pick. You got to pick what's it going to take to get a check in this before we let you go? 45th place now instead of 40th. That's a nice little touch.
45th, and it's going to get a little cool for 2 days, and it's going to be pounded. Traditionally it's that 12 and a half. So like 25 traditionally gets you a check. I mean, there's so many nice, buck bass 2 3/4 to 3 pounders. I'm going to say it's probably going to be closer to like 26 and a half.
26.8. That's a heavy pick.
It is. I mean, for the way the lake looks and the amount of fish that we have is kind of impressive though. You don't catch a lot of little ones, like 12, 13 inches. Like when you catch one, it's usually like a, 2 to 2 3/4 seems to be about average. And then, man, we've got some great big ones this year that have shown up. Like there's been multiple, like true 10 pounders. You know what I mean? Like everybody comes down and you stop you at the gas station and like, man, I caught a 10 pounder today, and it's like a 7.5, right? Because once they get so big, they look just monstrous, and they're big.
I know. I thought I had the damn state record on Chickamauga, and I drove it to Michael Neal's Marina. I didn't have a scale with me at the time, and I went up and grabbed a scale, and I was like, I got a big one. And one of the guys came down and I pulled it out. I thought I had like a 12 pounder, and it was like an 8-12, just dumb Canadian.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right. And that's the same way. I mean, once they get over 8, they take a different shape, you know what I mean? And they look different. But through like every tournament for the last like 3 months has taken a 9+ pounder to get big bass, which is something that we don't always have down here. You know what I mean? Like we grow a bunch of 5 to 7s, you know what I mean? But, like Kissimmee and Toho and Harris, they get 10s and 12s, pretty regular. We don't. It's just too shallow, and it stays, the water temp stays hot, and I don't think they live as long down here. But anyway, that being said, the last couple of months, man, there's been some big ones, 9s and 10s, like for sure 9s and 10s, like put on a scale, and guides that don't just say they catch 10 pounders, like these are legitimate 10s. So it's with that aspect in it, man, I mean, it don't take long to catch over 20 when you got a 9.5 in the box, so it's gonna be good. I mean, fishing's going to be good. It's not going to be very fun to be out there, but it's going to be good. And, for a winning weight, like, I mean, I thought for the Toyota series, my thoughts were like 68 to like 72 pounds.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna hit that, just by looking at yesterday's weight. But, I'm going to say that probably 65 to 68 for us. I mean, it's 3 days. You only got to catch 15 nice ones, and we got them. You know what I mean? So I'd be shocked if it's over 65 to win.
Okay. You heard it here. FS1 coverage on Championship Saturday. That's beauty to have in the opens. Now we're going to be following along, and you better get your ass in that top 10 because we want to watch you again.
So they're gonna do live coverage on the final day, huh?
Yeah, man. You don't open your emails?
No. No.
Yeah, there's going to be live at all 9 events on the final day. So
well, there you go. It's not like I need reason to try to make it, but that'll be good.
Yeah, you can show off all your local tricks that you say you don't have, but you've got a bunch of good stories. You've been around on, fishing the tours forever. So we're going to get your ass back on straight cast into the Great Wide Opens one day here, and good luck, man. Thanks for taking the time to join us.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, my man.
All right. Good luck to you, man. Take care.
See you, bud. Later.
Bye.